This road that you were on was a 2-lane,
Yes,
and you hit their car with the right side of your vehicle or the left side?
the right side.
And you hit their car so hard that it took them off the street and onto the lawn.
Correct.
This photograph is pretty dispositive. I think it's the plaintiffs. It's the one showing their vehicle on the grass. There's no red paint on the sidewalk, so it isn't even on the fire lane area. Am I right?
Correct.
I have nothing further.
All right, then we are going to excuse the parties here while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you all.
It seems pretty straightforward. I don't see any evidence of either contributory negligence or anything that would warrant him being absolved of liability because of a necessity defense. Liability to me seems clear. The damages less so. I think that we've got to deduct from the value that they're seeking for the car appropriate deductions because it's a salvage vehicle. They admit that. I think the rule is to take off 20%. We've got evidence that they had about $1,300 worth of personal property in there, but I'm not willing to award them anything for the lost work revenue. You know, what he said is, I couldn't go to some trainings, but I don't see evidence of actual jobs that were booked that they lost. But if I missed something in that testimony, I'd be certainly open to revisiting that.
First of all, I'm on board with the reduction from the $1,900 to $1,500 because it was a salvage vehicle. They did submit proof that that was the title that they had. The $1,300 damages, once again, as you said, they all match up. They're all in here. That's $2,800 off the bat. The question I have with the loss of business and installing all of these things, he couldn't work. I mean, this was not like I need to rent a car or I couldn't drive myself to work. This truck was his work. If my tools and everything I need for my job or for preparation for my job are damaged and in there.
But we don't have evidence of $2,200 that he lost in revenue.
Well, you know, all the equities here lead me to be in the same space as Judge DeMango.
And there's lots of room here for you in this space. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
You know, I understand.
How many dollars?
$2,200 worth of space.
But you look at the collision. You see that photograph of the wheel. It is actually sheared off of the vehicle. So the impact was so significant that whatever tools he had in there were completely
Broken, destroyed, damaged.
destroyed. So I'm inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt under these circumstances. And I would
Thank
join
you,
Judge
Michael.
DeMango.
I'm not quite there, but I'm glad that you two are. We've reached a verdict that's unanimous as to liability, not unanimous as to damages. I would not have compensated you for the lost revenue, but my two colleagues overruled me on that.
Okay.
So you prevailed on that element of your claim. You've prevailed in this case to the entire amount that you've requested. The judgment will be for $5,000. And really, sir, we wish you peace.
This courtroom is adjourned.
You know, it was really hard, as I'm sure it was hard for everybody in the world in 2020.
I don't think it was my fault.
But that week in particular, you know, I was taking my mom to the hospital. I was taking my daughter to the hospital.
My mom had believed it was her fault.
We found out we were pregnant with our second baby, and then this happened. So it was just like it was a lot.